Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tenzing Mumdu, Akriti Rajmandari, Romisha Roy, Krishma Manandar, Sobandota, and Prabha Sherpa. And our topic for today is management control and motivation. So, management function includes three main components, which are setting standards, measuring performances, and taking corrective actions. Whereas motivation, as defined by Brossard and Garrison, is the external and internal factors that stimulate employees' actions to which completes their organization goals and objectives. So we will be mainly looking at the employment motivation, management control aspects that define that affect the motivation of the employees. The three main components that we will be looking at are employment growth opportunities, recognition level, and the responsibility level that is given to the employees. Moving on to the aims, we have three major aims for this poster presentation, and the first one is to find out the actual factors that motivate employees in an organization. The second one is to discover the appropriate environment which helps the employees to increase their productivity, and lastly, as we are the future entrepreneurs of tomorrow, we need to understand the level of commitment, effort, and motivation that our employees would give to their tasks, and also to find new methods that will increase the current motivation level. So, Akrit.
So for methodology, for the process we went through both the secondary and primary data collection, and for the secondary collection we went through articles, journals, and e-books, and that was not enough for our research, so we did the primary data collection, in which we carried out a 5-point Likert scale survey where we used three variables of management control, that is employee growth, recognition, and responsibility. Keeping these things into consideration, we prepared 15 questions and distributed to the British College staffs and also to the Orange Valley hydropower staffs downstairs. And the results came, and we drew some graphs which will clearly show the motivation level. And we also used the reliable and credible sources of primary information, which gave us the genuine information. Now I'd like to call Romisha.
Maslow hierarchy of needs theory is one of the popular theory that suggests humans are motivated to satisfy 5 basic needs. Maslow represented this theory as a hierarchical triangle. This shows how basic needs must be made to get to the another needs. However, despite the fact the hierarchy needs pecking order appears to be moderately basic, and the idea of self-actualization is not characterized properly. There is difficulty with the concept of self-actualization itself, because it presupposes that how individual can conceive itself, the set of potential talent, and the individual's income is too much complex to allow this actualization needs. Moreover, Maslow also suggests that there is a problem with self-actualization needs. And moving to another theory of David McClelland, which is divided into 3 groups: achievement, attitude, and power. Each category falls into one of these categories. First of all is achievement. The need for achievement refers to an individual desire for significant things like skills. Similarly, affiliation describes the person need to feel a group of self-involvement and belongings in a group of people. And lastly, the power states that people are hungry, and similarly, people are not concerned about the recognition and the rewards itself. It suggests that this theory suggests that every employee needs to be motivated under this category. Now I'd like to call Ms. Mapat for this.
Now we have the next theory, that is theory X and theory Y, in which that was developed by Douglas M.C. George in 1960 as well, and has mentioned 2 different attributes towards workforce motivation. He has felt that companies followed either one of these approaches. In theory X, managers believed that employees needed to be controlled, and they were they don't like to do they don't like work and needs to be pushed to be more productive. They needed incentive schemes and have to be directed to do things that they don't like. And little creativity was done when getting around rules. Where in theory Y, managers believed employees wanted to be involved in different works and can think for themselves and make decisions and share ownership of tasks. They were also, employment will find work more rewarding if given responsibilities and a variety of tasks. They can engage in some level of self-management. The employees are highly creative when given recognition and opportunities, and they direct themselves towards an accepted market. Now I would like to call Akshay.
The next theory is equity theory, and it is said that equity theory is one of the most popular theories when it comes to motivating employees. Every employees want them to be treated fairly in a workplace. Equity theory is the most popular theory of motivation, which is first developed by John Stacey Adams in 1963. He said that employees' motivation is affected whether employees believe that their efforts are equally treated and appreciated by their managers. And also, employees will be demotivated when they find out that another employee is rewarded and recognized more with the same amount of work they have done. So it is really important for a manager to make sure he doesn't pick an employee as his favorite. Rather, he should treat all the employees equally in an organization. Now I'd like to call Soban.
Results and discussion. The dimension of the dimension of management control, effect on motivation or employee growth, recognition and responsibility. We use four different theories to explain our management control effect on motivation. They are theory, equity theory, Herzberg theory, theory X and Y, and then theory Maslow theory. Private organizations apply scientific management to increase profit. Employees always prefer a job where they have a power to motivate them. The best way to motivate employees is to trust them, give them a freedom to work on their own. And poor results, poor working condition, discrimination may demotivate the employee. According to our survey, we found out that 56% of employees are recognize and appreciate their job, and then 64% of employees feel that they are comfortable with their job and they feel that they can do more better in their future, and 72% of employees feel that they have given their space in their work to freedom to work more freely. And hypothesis: the main factor that increase employee motivation is a financial factor. Other than that, and then the two major factors that are employment opportunity growth and recognition employ the affect the motivation. I would like to call Furba.
So as you all know, human beings have lots of desires, and even in employees there are lots of wants. So as discussed by my friend Suban, he said about the Abraham-Maslow theory. In Abraham-Maslow hierarchy, they say that the employee first starts from their physiological needs, and they go to their security and safety needs, and after that they go for their self-esteem, and lastly for their self-actualization. So as you all can see that today's top priority of the organization is to keep the employees motivated. So even all the companies, it's a very hard thing in 21st century to keep the staff motivated on a daily basis. But companies like Google, Facebook and everything, Coca-Cola are doing the best to keep their staff motivated by combining their resources, for the staff employment productivity, and as discussed, like they go for the employment growth opportunity, employment recognition for their work, and giving their responsibility or giving them more authority for a better output and better performance of the company. Thank you.